All right, welcome to Hoops Tonight, presented by FanDuel here at The Volume. Happy Saturday, everybody. Congrats on making it to the weekend. Today, we're going to be shouting out Mr. LeBron James, who on his 38th birthday put up a 47, 10, and 9 in his 20th season to win a game on the road against the Atlanta Hawks. We're going to do two videos today, this one, and then we're also going to do a video breaking down the Warriors winning their fourth consecutive game without Steph. We were supposed to have today off. And then Monday, we got big plans. We're going to be covering Clippers, Celtics. We're going to be covering Celtics Nuggets, that MVP matchup between Tatum and Jokic. Bunch of other big games from this weekend. We're going to be getting to all that on Monday. So, like I said, we were supposed to have today off, but Lakers and Warriors are our two biggest fan bases, and they're both riding high off of a couple of big wins. So we wanted to touch on them today. You guys know the drill. Before we get started, subscribe to the Volume's YouTube channel so you don't miss any more of our videos. Follow me on Twitter at _JasonLT so you guys don't miss any show announcements. Then last but not least, if for whatever reason you guys miss one of these episodes and you can't get back over to YouTube to finish, you can find them wherever you get your podcasts under Hoops Tonight. All right, so LeBron, 47, 10, and 9 on the road to beat the Hawks. 18 for 27 shooting. Once again, they were plus 12 with him on the floor, minus 3 with him off. Since returning from the groin injury in 18 games, LeBron is averaging 31, 8, and 7. And the Lakers are plus 81 when he's on the floor, minus 86 when he's off. That is MVP level on-off production. In the 9 games since Anthony Davis went down, counting the Nuggets game, which he missed the majority of, they are 4-5. But think about all of the roster limitations of this Lakers roster. There literally is not a guy on the team that can dribble with his head up that's at least 6'6", not named LeBron James. That's the type of roster limitations they're dealing with. And they are nearly 500 since Anthony Davis went down. In that 9-game span, the Lakers are plus 44 with LeBron on the floor and minus 63 with him off. In that 9-game span, he's averaging 34 points per game on 58% shooting. This is all-time great special stuff that we're seeing from an all-time great player. And the degree of difficulty is completely off the charts. Teams are not guarding the spot-up shooters. They're packing the paint, sending multiple bodies at him. Go look up the highlights from that Atlanta Hawks game and look at his shot profile in that fourth quarter. It's long threes off the dribble that are contested. It's dunking in traffic. It's and one layups around the rim when he's surrounded by 3 defensive players. He hit multiple difficult drifting fadeaways along the baseline. Everything is an extremely high degree of difficulty right now. You know, forget about the highlights for a second. Just winning his minutes the way he has been with this roster has been incredible. Like I said, not a single player on the roster is over 6'5" that can dribble. That's not named LeBron because of the Anthony Davis injury. This is truly special stuff we're seeing. At a minimum, LeBron is the second best player of all time. Some people think he's first. I don't. I have him second. He's very clearly still near the peak of his powers if he's not completely there. He's lost some stuff, but he's still contributing to winning at a very high level. And he's pouring his heart and soul every single night in this stretch without AD to try to win these basketball games. Meanwhile, his front office and his ownership group are sitting on their damn hands, despite having the tools to give him a better chance. They've had those tools since the offseason, and they've neglected to use them with the excuse that it's not worth it. They don't think this guy, who's literally the second best player of all time, who's playing at a top 5 MVP level right now, they don't think he's worth it. I tweeted out the other day that, like, it's getting sad because every single night LeBron comes out and plays well, and every single night it gets more and more depressing to watch him flounder with the team that doesn't really have a real opportunity to compete. You know, it's shameful because, you know, what Rob Pelinka and Jeanie Buss have done shepherding this final phase of LeBron James' career is really a dark chapter in NBA history. And I know LeBron has made some bad suggestions to the front office during that time, but what is the front office's job? It is their job to be completely up to speed on what works in the modern NBA. Those of you who follow this show, you know how much film I watch. all of you guys as fans watch a great deal of NBA basketball games. Do you guys feel like you have a pretty solid idea of what works in the modern NBA? What are the things we've seen? We talk about 5-out spacing, right? We talk about the value of switching defenses versus drop coverage. And we talk about the value of players between 6'6" and 6'9" that can dribble, shoot, and pass and defend a little bit. And everyone in the league seems to see the value there and to be targeting those players. And Rob Pelinka now 2 seasons in a row has completely neglected that position. It's gross levels of incompetence. And I don't care what LeBron suggests. The NBA GM's responsibility is to take in those bits of input and to make educated decisions based on his expertise with NBA personnel. And Rob Pelinka has proven time and time again to be completely incompetent evaluating NBA personnel and building NBA rosters. Between that and Jeanie Buss's inability or unwillingness, depending on whether it's the fact that she's poor compared to the other owners or just unwilling to invest in this group, has left financial opportunities on the table, like letting Alex Caruso go, refusing to make trades because of long-term money coming back, the fact that she might have to pay a luxury tax in the future. Again, it's a dark chapter in NBA history because this, again, is the second best player in NBA history pouring his heart and soul out to try to carry this team while his leaders are not doing the same. He's doing everything he can to make it work, and they are not doing everything they can. It's just sad. And so I hope he gets another chance before the end of his career to play for a good basketball team again. And honestly, if Rob and Jeanie do leave him hanging again this year, I hope LeBron makes them suffer the humiliation of him requesting a trade. And I hope Anthony Davis joins him. And for Lakers fans out there, and I know that's really kind of depressing to think about, but you're not going anywhere as long as these two are in control. And the only way things will change is if they get bad enough for even the yes men that are surrounding them to not have a leg to stand on. And I don't think Jeanie Buss will ever sell the team, and that will always handicap this franchise to some extent. But at the very least, there needs to be a change in the basketball operations department to find somebody that actually cares about getting to know what works in the modern NBA. I feel like Rob Pelinka looks at roster building from the standpoint of personality management. He's been more interested in catering to Clutch Sports and this partnership with Clutch Sports than finding basketball players that contribute to winning in the modern NBA. And that's the reality of that situation is that there might need to be an absolute catastrophe like LeBron James requesting the first trade of his career out of the Los Angeles Lakers. It might take that to see the changes necessary for the Lakers to have consistent success in the future, because they will not have consistent success in the future until they figure this out. And right now, Rob Pelinka and Jeanie Buss are fumbling an era with one of the greatest athletes of all time for one of the greatest franchises of all time. It is an all-time fumbling of the bag. All right, I'm off my soapbox. Obviously, we're not going to dive too much into the Lakers from a team perspective because there's just not a lot to get into until Anthony Davis comes back or they make significant roster changes. But I tip the cap to LeBron for at least trying to keep them afloat in the standings in the meantime. All right, guys, like I said, we're taking the rest of this weekend off, and we will be back to our normal cadence on Monday. All of you guys who are sick of the Lakers Warriors stuff, don't worry. We're going to get back into the rest of the league on Monday. As always, I sincerely appreciate your support, and I will see you guys then.